I've known Dr. Terino 46 years, my whole life. I'm his oldest daughter. I'm also one of his first facial implant patients. So I, in a sense, was born into this business, and when I was 18 and he said, hey, let's do these couple of procedures, I said, well, I said to myself, first of all, I knew he would never do anything to me that wouldn't look great and that would cause me any kind of a problem for the rest of my life. So I've now had them 28 years, and I work in the office, and mostly what I do all day long is I say to people, would you like to see that facial implants don't feel unnatural or strange? Here, Pam, feel my face. And that's what I do. I've had these for the last 28 years, and some of the other things patients ask me, is there anything that I can do that you can't do? And the answer to that is absolutely not. I'm very active. I do yoga. I actually sleep on this implant every single night, and it hasn't affected my life in any way. In fact, unless I'm in the office and I'm talking to people about it, I don't even remember that they're there. So it was an excellent decision. I'm sure it's affected the way that I age, and I couldn't be happier. And really the best part is that even knowing what he does and that that's his specialty, when people walk into the office, they're constantly surprised when I tell them that I'm one of his facial implant patients, because I look like I was born this way. And that's really what he does for people. He'll make somebody look like that's how they were born. And working with my dad's amazing because he's practicing medicine in a way that doctors really aren't doing it anymore. And I see patients coming through the door all week long from other doctors, and it's not that they're not doing a good job, it's that they don't have the aesthetic eye that my dad does being an artist. He can balance a face like nobody else. And it's incredibly gratifying to be a part of his art and to help people all day long. I love it.
Hi, my name is Leticia Nava. I am Dr. Terino's OR surgical nurse. I've been working with him for about 12 years, and what a doctor. Worked with many doctors in Beverly Hills, but he's one of a kind. His bedside manner is unbelievable. His patience, everybody loves him, and he's just a great man to work for. And his work is like unbelievable. He has 30 plus years of experience, board certified, and his work is amazing. So in working with him, I learn so much every day from him, and what I love the most is that his patients are like so happy, and that makes me happy because it's elective surgery, and that's exactly what we want. We want patients to be happy and satisfied. And I wanted to talk about an event that we had with a patient. I'm really involved, so at that time I used to do the pre-ops where I would talk to them and see what they want to get done, what procedure, and so I would kind of guide them through and explain their experiences or what they're going to go through. And this particular patient was going to get a breast reduction. So I kind of just walked her through what she's up against, and I'm also there during the surgery. So we did her surgery, and I also see the patients post-operatively, which I'm able to talk to them and see if they have any problems or what I can do to ease whatever they're going through. As plastic surgery could be, you could go through so many different feelings. It's almost like a roller coaster. So you try to guide them and put them at ease and answer all their questions. And this particular patient was so happy because she was so big. Her breasts were so big at one point, and so she had a breast reduction. So when she saw her results, she was just thrilled, so happy that it brought tears to her eyes. I mean, there were no other words. Like, she just stood there and started crying, and then I started tearing up, and that makes me feel good because I have so much confidence in Dr. Terino's work. He does amazing work, and his closures are just remarkable, and not to mention his bedside manner as well.
Hi, my name is Victoria Ellis. I work with plastic surgeons. I do events and marketing for them. I've worked with Dr. Terino. I enjoy working with plastic surgeons. I do have a preference in those that I do work with. He is one that it's always a pleasure working with him. He does great work. I've seen some of his patients that have come through and how life-changing the procedures are for them. He caters to them. It's a very personal experience for a lot of people, and it's just good to, go to somebody that you can trust, somebody that you're comfortable with, and I think they find all of that in Dr. Terino.
Plastic surgery is a true art form. Cosmetic surgery, even more of a true art form. The goal and purpose of plastic surgery is to make people feel better by looking better. And that's exactly what it does. I'm a practitioner of plastic and reconstructive surgery. In later years, cosmetic surgery has become my primary emphasis, as it does for many young men when they get older. And the reconstructive surgery is the product of my youth, where I had a lot of fun going to third world countries and helping poor children with cleft lips and palates and other birth deformities, such places as Haiti and Honduras, Guatemala, Ecuador, Peru, Brazil. It was a marvelous time in my life. As we get older, however, we generally attract, if we're at all good in our field, we attract patients who would prefer to have cosmetic surgery, and your time seems to be consumed doing that. As a young man, I was an aspiring artist, and I loved beauty, particularly beautiful faces. So when I became a plastic surgeon, it seemed to me that one of the more important missions that I would have would be to see if I couldn't carry that art over into faces. I invented in the 1980s a whole series of facial implants to change the shape of the cheeks, the chin, the jawline, and found that I could use them safely and with very little problems afterwards to really make some dramatic and improvements and beautiful improvements in people's faces. I call that facial contouring. We can combine it with any other kind of facial surgery like face lifts, nose surgery, eyelid surgery, and you get some very spectacular results. So this has been the thrust of my work that I've written a lot of books about and lectured all over the world. And I bring that to the Southern California area, but my patients come from all around and all over the planet to have me do this on them. It's one of my most special areas of my practice. It's very important that someone should know how to choose a plastic surgeon properly, because it truly does make a difference for the rest of your life. First of all, you should choose somebody who has the proper training and is certified by the American Board of Plastic Surgery. Secondly, you should make sure that you research his reputation locally and even over a greater area, and hopefully know patients who will give him strong testimonials. Thirdly, you should see if you can meet and talk to some of his patients personally so that you can see the actual results. And the fourth thing is to study the before and after photographs of examples that may be shown on the internet on a physician's website, because you should choose the results that you think would make you happy for the rest of your life.